My junior and senior years in high school were tough, and some of college too. I did a lot. I never really got to enjoy myself and focus on myself. My mom kept getting me to school late for no good reason, which caused me to have to stay for detention after class. Then for some time, I drove my mom to work, drove myself to school, and picked my mom up from work. It was hard because it was already hard getting up in the morning for school. It was partly hard because there was no structure when I was homeschooled. But at least now, since my mom didn't drive me anymore, I didn't have to stay for detention anymore. When my younger brother was going into 10th grade, he asked me if I thought he should go to school, and I said yes. He told me he had realized he should go to school and learn, but he was scared to go and didn't know how he would do his homework since he didn't learn anything at home and struggled to read. I told him I would help him with his homework. So then for some time in college, I drove Brian to school, drove myself to school, picked Brian up from school, and then drove me and Brian to figure skating lessons. Then I helped Brian with his homework, and then I did my own homework. I was always tired. I always had to take naps and needed to sleep in whenever I could. I had to beg so much to go to school, and then Brian got to go to school once he asked to, just like that. Brian always did get things easier than I did. Hey, I asked for that. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Well, Mom gave it to me. Hey, I asked for that too. Oh, yeah? Brian, can I share that with you? No, Mom gave it to me.
Holy Toledo, all the toys! You bought too many toys, Mom.
When I graduated high school, I ranked second place at the top of my small class, which was only a handful of students. And because of that, it was announced at graduation that I would be receiving a small academic scholarship, which I was surprised and excited about and proud of. And then shortly after, just like that, my school went bankrupt, closed down, and I never saw a scholarship. I had planned on going to film school in California straight out of high school, but my parents didn't let me. They said I had to stay home and go to a community college. I went to the library one day to try to figure out how to use their computers to look up colleges in California. Since my parents still didn't have the internet at home, and because I was 17 and not 18 years old, the librarian rudely unplugged the computer on me. I asked her how I could look up colleges, and she told me a parent had to be with me, and I told her both my parents worked, and all she did was repeat that I had to have a parent with me. My dad finally got the internet when I was in college, when I needed it for homework. After I received my associates, I was finally going to get away to go to college, even though it was a small Christian school and wasn't far from home. I was just glad to be able to finally stay somewhere else. Once I was leaving for the dorm, all of a sudden my parents announced that they were getting cable television. I had asked for cable TV for years. It's as if my parents always did things on purpose to try to keep me at home and control me. When I did get away to the dorm, there was barely any food options for lunch and dinner there, and they didn't offer anything but small snacks on weekends, so I was always hungry and ended up going home on weekends. Not that food was much better at home. I didn't realize growing up how strange we ate at home.
Oh, shoot, it's burning!
Mom burnt everything she ever cooked. Pancakes were a big one she burnt a lot, and she even burnt soup. There'd be black burnt clumps in our soup. She would always leave the food unattended on the stove on high heat. She'd just walk away in the middle of cooking to go back to watching the TV or go to the bathroom and then come back complaining when it was burning. This was a constant cycle. A couple of church girls whose houses I was allowed to go to would often have grilled cheese or macaroni and cheese, so I told my mom I wanted to eat those at home too. My mom's grilled cheese ended up being pulling out a slice of bread, throwing a slice of Kraft cheese on it, and putting it in the microwave for too long so that the cheese hardened. Macaroni ended up being noodles with a slice of Kraft cheese thrown on top and thrown in the microwave, or noodles with ketchup on it, or a combination of the ketchup added on top after the cheese was microwaved. When I got to have the church girls over, we planned to have macaroni.
What are we having for lunch?
Macaroni!
Yay!
Do you want cheese or ketchup on it?
Ketchup? That doesn't go on macaroni.
Yeah, it does. Oh. I thought it was gonna be a different kind of macaroni. I don't want any. Food was always disappointing at my house. Mom, I'm hungry. Want some Miracle Whip on a slice of bread? No. No? Want some bread broken up in a cup of milk? No! Well, then I'm out of ideas. And then there was Dad's famous oatmeal, orange juice, and raisins dish, and his egg, ketchup, and spaghetti noodles dish. After Brian and I became tired of these options, I microwaved us a lot of kid cuisines growing up. My name's Christa, and I was homeschooled.